everybody, welcome to my forearm and hamstring video. Today I'll be taking you through 3 exercises for the forearm, 3 exercises for the hamstring, and kind of explaining what the major muscles are in that group and what the main muscle is that's doing the actual exercising part of it. Enjoy! Okay, so along with the forearm, we're going to include some of the major wrist muscles because both of them work hand in hand pretty much. And some of the exercises are going to include multiple wrist and hand muscles as well. So the muscles include the biceps brachii, brachialis, supinator, pronator teres, brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, flexor carpi radialis, palmaris longus, flexor carpi ulnaris, pronator quadratus, and flexor digitorum superficial. So the major functions of your forearm muscles are to flex, extend, and rotate your forearm. So flex is when you bring it up to your shoulder, extend is when you bring it out, and rotate is just to kind of rotate it back and forth without actually rotating your whole elbow. Okay, so the first exercise that I'm going to show you is for the forearm, and it is the stress ball exercise. The prime mover for this exercise is actually the flexor digitorum superficials, but there are other muscles in the forearm that aid in flexing the hand joint. They are the pronator teres, the pronator quadratus, the brachioradialis, flexor carpi radialis, and palmaris longus. And they all assist in actually completing this exercise. So what you're going to do is, first of all, you need a stress ball. You're going to warm up your hand by just reaching out in front of you and opening and closing your hand 5 times. And then when you've done that, then you are going to take your stress ball and you're just going to hold it out in front of you and squeeze it and make as tight a fist as you can. And you're going to repeat that 10 times and then switch hands. But make sure when you do this hand that you warm up again. And then you can repeat it for as long as you'd like and for however many reps you actually want to do it. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to be doing is the upward wrist curl. And you can do this with or without weights. I don't actually have any weights, so obviously not going to be using them. But if you have a lightweight, you can try it with this. So all you need is a flat surface, like a table or something that your arm can hang off of. What you're going to do is you're going to lay your arm flat on the surface with your wrist and hand kind of hanging off of it. And all you're going to do is take your other hand and place it on top of it. And you're just going to bring your wrist up and down. And you usually repeat this 10 times and then switch arms. And then again, you can do it as many times as you feel like doing it. The prime movers for this exercise are the wrist flexors, which include the flexor carpi radialis and flexor carpi ulnaris. So for the last exercise that we're going to be doing the wrist roll. You need to make your equipment. So what you need is a pole of some sort, a string. I'm actually using a shoelace, and I'm using a 2.5 pound weight, but you can use more if you've done this before. If you haven't, then I recommend starting out with probably nothing heavier than a 5 pound weight. So once you've made it, you're going to hold it out at shoulder height and just start rolling it up. Try not to move your arms if at all possible. You're trying to use just your wrist movements to bring it back up to the top. When it gets to the top, then you're going to slowly and controlled, let it back down. Try not to just let it drop because that kind of defeats the purpose. And you usually repeat this 2 or 3 times. Obviously you can do more or less depending on what you feel like doing. The prime movers for this exercise, when you flex your wrist, which one is when it goes down, you use your flexor carpi ulnaris and flexor carpi radialis. And then to extend it, which is when you bring it back up, you use your extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor carpi radialis longus, and extensor carpi ulnaris. Okay, so for the second part of this workout, we are going to be focusing on the hamstring. And the hamstring actually consists of 3 muscles. It consists of the semitendinosus, the semimembranosus, and the biceps femoris. Okay, so one of the major functions of the hamstring is to flex the knee. So this picture describes what flexion of the knee looks like. So the other main function of the hamstring is extension of the hip. So if you actually wanted to try it, you could stand in a standing position and slowly pull your leg behind you without bending your knee. And by doing that, you are demonstrating extension of your hip. And usually you would use a kind of a weighted bar, but I don't have a weighted bar, so we're going to just do it without it. But it's kind of the same. It's the same process, I guess. So to start out, you're just going to put your arms at your sides and kind of have your feet shoulder width apart. And all you're going to do is you're going to bend at your hip down and kind of try and make your upper body parallel to the ground, and then slowly come back up. And so for the second workout, for the hamstring, we're going to be doing what's called the bridge, and it's pretty simple. You don't really need anything for it, except if you have like a yoga mat or a mat of some sort, you can lay on that and use that. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lay down on your back, and you're just going to kind of bring your feet up like this. You're going to place your hands flat, palms down on either side of your body, and all you're going to do is using your legs, you're just going to push yourself up into kind of a bridge position. And you repeat that 10 times, so you kind of you just bring it up and back down, up and back down. It's pretty simple. Repeat as many times as you want to. Yay! We're going to do something called the reverse leg raise for this one. You don't really need anything unless you have a yoga mat. It just makes it more comfortable. If you don't, that's okay. You can just do it on the carpet. So to start off with this exercise, what you're going to do is you're just going to lay down flat on your stomach with your legs straight out behind you and your arms kind of tucked underneath of you. And to do this one, all you're going to do is raise your leg up while keeping your knee straight, and your toes are going to be pointed out straight behind you. And all you're going to do is you can either alternate legs or you can do them all on one side at a time, but you're going to do 10 on each leg, and then you can start over again or be done depending on whichever you feel like doing. The prime. Okay, so that's it for my forearm and hamstring workout video. Thanks for watching.